A very good morning to you, Nigerians. Many thanks for joining us on U45 Morning Show. I'm Adenike Owoye Ajiboye.
I am Osagi Solomon Wilfred. Good morning, Nigerians.
It's a beautiful Thursday morning. Welcome to the U45 Morning Show. I'm Patience Willie.
And of course, as you know, U45 Morning Show helps to drive your day in such a way that it is a fulfilled day for you. Yes, it is a current affairs program that keeps you abreast of happenings in social, political, economic, life, sports, business, name it. This is where the butt stops. Well, today we will be looking at a demolition of houses in Nigeria, of course, by government. But this time around, the focus is on the Lagos state government. We want to know when houses are demolished in the state, what should be the right thing to be done for occupants, for landlords? Why do we just leave them to their fate? This is a memo we'll look at, and also we will be taking a look at the dailies. What are the dailies saying? We need to look at them, about 5 or 6 papers we would review this morning. So right about now, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Stay with us. It feels good to have you back, and now let's look at what the dailies are saying. We begin this morning with the Tribune newspaper, and on the front page of Tribune newspaper, the major headline reads, Wike opens up on Rivers crisis, and the writer says nobody can take away our political structure. Impeachment is provided for in the Constitution. Fubara gets court's nod restraining House on impeachment, says nothing wrong if father and son have issues. Well, you will find that story on page 11 of Tribune newspaper. And another headline reads, Labour talks staff over a brutalization arrest of NLC president in Imo State. And the writer reads, wants Tinubu to call Uzodinma to order. Ajero, that is the NLC president, was in protective custody, not arrested. This is according to the police. And that story you will find on page 10 of Tribune newspaper. Another headlines below reads, after 72 hours of inactivity, Lagos Ibadan cargo train stranded at Lagos ports. You found that story on page 23 of Tribune newspaper. Another headlines reads, Akwa Ibom governor corporate organizations excited over editors forum in Uyo. That story is on page 23 of the Tribune newspaper. Another headline reads, reps issue 72-hour ultimatum to AGF to submit report on 100 billion naira COVID-19 intervention fund. That story is on page 2. Gentlemen, how do you see this? They talk of the funds released, 100 billion naira for COVID-19 intervention.
Well, that money, a lot of accountability needs to go on, and you see, this is what we're talking about our government. Most times when funds are released, nobody is accountable for them. And then they are misappropriated. And then, so I'm happy that government is beginning to dig deep into certain financial misappropriation that has happened in this country, especially COVID. I mean, we saw what happened with the palliatives. Nobody knew that there were palliatives anywhere, you know, until hungry people started breaking into these storehouses, exactly. And then, so, I mean, this is what we're talking about. Government has to be accountable when it comes to funds and things that are meant for the people. It is democracy, government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Really? Yes. Like you said, concerning the palliatives, there was no transparency. Aside from being accountable, there should be transparency in these funds. They should let the people know these funds. We didn't even know the funds were made available to them until now.
Okay.
You understand? So there should be transparency. That we like you said, it's government for the people. By
the people.
Yes. So they should let us know that these funds were made available, and that's all. There should be transparency.
You know. Well, this is my concern. 100 billion naira COVID-19 intervention fund. You know, the question has always been. A lot of people have wondered if truly there was even COVID-19 at all, because some people have even argued there's nothing like a COVID in Nigeria. And now to see that 100 billion was earmarked as intervention fund for the public and nobody was aware. The another question you want to ask is how many Nigerians even get any of this fund? I remember that I actually got a message asking that if you want palliatives and all that, send this to that. Nothing ever came to my estate. Nobody got anything.
Aside from that, they actually went around town registering people.
Can you imagine?
Yes, I witnessed it. They went around town telling people to come out. You give your data, how many children you have, the kind of house you live in, what business you do. Are you self-employed? Are you working for yourself, or you working for someone? You understand? They took all those data from people,
and I'm sure get anything.
And I'm sure they used those data to siphon this money.
Absolutely, probably submit it to the government. I'm sure it's going to be part of their report.
No, because honestly,
these poor masses have been waiting since the COVID to get this money. They actually took pictures of them. They captured them.
Can you imagine
yes,
that?
They raised their
what
hopes.
A fraud.
They raised their hope. I'm a witness to this. I saw it with my eyes. They raised their hopes that they were going to give them palliatives, they were going to give them money. The government has some funds ready to disburse to them. At the point, they even said they asked them for their account details, but they never saw any money.
Well, we cannot wait to see them unearth all that has happened with the COVID-19 intervention fund, because Nigerians cannot wait. And I'm sure it was also, I think that also spurred people, made a lot of Nigerians stick to the street during the NSAS. That anger that during COVID-19, the government could not even help out. You couldn't even help out. Sometimes I always wonder what you stand to gain as a Nigerian. There's absolutely nothing. And I even remember when the former president Muhammadu Buhari came in, promised that youths will get a particular amount of money. Until he ended his tenure, nobody got any money. So I really don't know. So you begin to wonder why you have to believe in all of these political parties, because it just goes to show me that they don't really mean well for Nigerians, and this they really need to unearth this.
Sometimes from the federal government level, funds have been released.
But between the federal government, the state government, and the local government, a lot of things happen, and we don't see government probe these people. Nobody is investigated, nobody is brought to book, nobody is prosecuted.
Because I believe it's a conspiracy.
Exactly. So that, I'm happy that House of Rep is asking the AGF to bring their report in 72 hours. What did you do with 100 billion naira?
But the question again is, how truthful are they with this? Will it not just be like one of those investigations that you will begin, and at the end of the day, Nigerians will not hear anything, to be swept under the carpet? So as much as, yes, we are looking forward to hearing what the committee will come up with, another thing we should be concerned about is if they really meant well with what they are doing. So we're moving on, still staying with Tribune front page. The headline reads, "I must succeed by all means," Tinubu says. And the rider reads, "Warns ministers at cabinet retreat to deliver or get sacked." Yes, truly, the president made that statement yesterday at the cabinet retreat, and that story is on page 10. And he even set up a kind of appraisal, an appraisal unit, a system that will help to check all of the ministers to see if they are actually living up to their responsibility. Another headline on the Tribune newspaper reads, OAU students storm EFCC over arrest of 69 of their colleagues. That story is on page 15 of Tribune newspaper. And now to business. A lifting forex ban on restricted items will spell doom for poultry industry. This is according to PAN. The story is on page 28. And now arrest warrant. Court gives Emefiele January 25 to appear over $53 million debts. Can you beat that, gentlemen? $53 million debts.
I wonder what
the country is still borrowing.
I wonder what they really are thinking about when they go about, embezzling money like this. They've forgotten that this country is ours, and they also have families, by extension, that will also suffer from this. I mean, they're so selfish.
Maybe the politicians, or let's say maybe public office holders, feel that the country belongs to them. Because you begin to wonder how you continue to borrow and you are indebted. $53 million. That is not to talk of all the debts that Nigeria is to pay
from the past. And
this is alarming.
And it's like borrowing is nothing to them. They just enjoy borrowing.
And another aspect that is striking is the Labour leader, President Joe Ajaero, that was beaten at Imo State yesterday. The governor has been accused of sending his thugs to beat him up because the NLC president and his group decided to protest in that state because of old salaries for workers.
This is the authoritarianism that we're talking about.
I mean, look at him.
There's no longer freedom of expression, freedom of speech. You cannot air your rights. I mean, what is wrong with protesting? What is wrong with it?
Nothing.
This is the Nigerian Labour Congress. They have the right to protest at any level, anywhere, for any reason. It is legitimate. It is their right. But sending thugs to beat the leader up, I mean, that's just...
It shows disrespect for that office.
Yes.
It shows that the governor does not even respect freedom of speech, because you can gag them. But again, some people have argued that it is ill time because the election is coming up, and they're saying that because he is an NLC president, and NLC now has a political party, you are aware, so they feel that he is not also being truthful. It is ill time for him to come. It's like also trying to garner support for the Labour Party candidate in the state.
So we can see that they are mixing politics with
other things, which is actually not appropriate. But what I'm going to address is the use of intimidation, to silence Nigerians. It is uncalled for. Our government should stop it. This is not a military regime. You understand? So they do that a lot, and you will observe this case now, nothing will happen. Nobody will be questioned. Nothing. Everything will just go on as if nothing has happened. And this is the story of Nigeria.
Well, I mean, I'm just concerned that if a whole president of NLC can be beaten this way,
black and blue,
then who then cannot be beaten by any governor? Because this is, I think that this should be totally condemned, and irrespective of whatever, either because he has political affiliation with the gubernatorial candidate of the Labour Party, that is not enough for you to send talks. And I think the governor should be brought to book. He should be cautioned. The president should caution him so that we know that we are not in a banana republic.
Of course, yes.
Can we take the next paper?
Now to the Punch newspaper. The
Punch newspaper says court stops Fubara's removal. PDP governors consult Wike. That's on page 14 of the Punch newspaper. And the writer says, nobody can intimidate me. Impeachment, not a coup. FCT minister insists. Crisis will be resolved, says Fubara. PDP governors plan Port Harcourt meeting. That's on page 14 of the Punch newspaper. And still on page 14 of the Punch newspaper, it says crude shortage delays Dangote refinery. 5 others take off. It said lack of supply to Dangote shameful, says federal government. Ministers blame low production. I mean, this refinery has been the talk of everybody in the past few years. But now, what's happening? The refinery is ready.
I think the refinery is
The blame game has started.
But you are
Aware that even the price of fuel at the moment has gone up. Some gas station are already selling at almost 600, like NNPC, Total. They are selling at 595 or thereabout, while all the gas stations are selling at 600 up to 630 naira per liter. So if the refinery is ready now, I think it's a good one for Nigeria. But I also want to remind you that somebody said that it might not be a blessing if our refineries begin to work, because there will always be politics around it, whereby it will shock us to find out that eventually we will still buy fuel at a higher price, and you now begin to wonder, you have the products in your country, you have the refineries working, and then you now have to sell at a higher price. So who's fully
of course the cost of production will be higher, because now they've not even looked into electricity, and they have to use electricity and some other things. Transportation, the roads are not good. They'll add all this cost to the production, and at the end of the day it will be more expensive, because the government has not looked into infrastructures.
Well, I just believe that the government has been playing lip service to that, and they need to rise up and ensure that they put a smile on the faces of Nigerians, because it's getting too much for the people you need to interact with the ordinary Nigerian on the street, even to eat. I had an interaction yesterday evening with some group of students, and they were complaining that for them to eat now in school morning, they spend up to 1,000 naira at least to eat, and not to talk of afternoon and then dinner. So you're looking at 3,000.
I think we're going back to the 101 or 001?
001.
System of
I pray not. I pray not.
I mean, you're a big boy.
You're still doing what?
You are still doing 111 breakfast.
111.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So I think I should ask you, which one are you doing? 101 or 111? But of course, you are a star. You're a television star. So
Still
that
on
will
the Punch newspapers. Traders lament as fire destroys 300 shops in Lagos market. That's a lot of loss. That's on page 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. For more of that story, grab the Punch newspaper. Reps probe 200 billion spent on postponed census. Is this the same with the COVID? This is a different story.
It's a different story.
population.
Imagine, I mean,
So now the new politicians are digging it up what the whole old politicians have done, and they also have the SUV on the pipeline.
But
The next regime is going to dig out those SUVs.
the old and new. I mean, we are just plotting. It's the same people that have been rotated. So they are broken. You see, that's why we don't have an end to some of this probing. There's usually no results. We don't. You understand? I'm in power. You are probing me. I used to be the former Kinikon chairman.
Because they're always
rubbing their palms.
Exactly.
So what do you expect?
Okay, so, I was in charge of it. Now I am your Oga now.
Your boss that put you on that seat says you shouldn't look further.
And this is why I believe that we should stop rotating
Nigerians
recycling.
Recycling, yes.
It makes no sense.
When you are done with your tenure, leave.
Leave.
Let someone else
Let
come.
fresh
There are over 200 million Nigerians.
Nigerians, and then you keep.
Let's all try ourselves out.
I think they've taken it as their birthright.
It makes no sense. Some people have been in politics since the late 90s, early 90s, and they are still in politics.
And that's why a lot of people are angry. Now, you see, another thing is we are not also looking at the implication of recycling the same people in government. A lot of Nigerians are very angry. And you remember that the German Chancellor, the last time he was, I don't know if he's left now, but at least we still saw him on Monday in Lagos. Part of what he discussed with the president is the fact that they are worried about the rate at which a military coup is happening in African countries, and that they will do all they can to support Nigeria, and they should ensure that the military, does not take over the government. Because now the implication of recycling the same people is, I only hope that this might not also lead to what we experienced recently in Niger. So my appeal really is for the political elites, the government of the day, to ensure that they do what will put a smile on the faces of Nigerians, because this is a very critical time. If we must sustain democracy, then it means that the dividends of democracy must get to the people, up to grassroots. We need to be more interested in the people now if we don't want what we never planned for to happen. I don't know if you share my view.
Okay. A lot of people are frustrated. Any little thing can trigger Nigerians right now. It's like we're sitting on a time bomb. You understand? People are frustrated. People are hungry. You have to go to the streets and listen to what people are saying. So anything can spark fire. Anything can spark protest. Anything can spark anger. So the government should be. And when that happens, that's when the military will be tempted to take over. Because the military can only take over when there's chaos in the land. And finally, on the Punch newspaper, it says, tax-seeking gunmen kill 40 in Yobe attacks. And that's on page 7 of the Punch newspaper.
On The Guardian, we have the major story that reads, red flag on domestic borrowing as Tinubu considers 30 trillion fresh loans. Here we're still talking about it,
the borrowing nature of Nigeria.
You just spoke of Emefiele's debt of 53 million.
Yes, dollars.
Yet unpaid. And now Tinubu is considering borrowing 30 trillion.
Well, it just goes to show you that every administration, every dispensation just feel that they tell us that government is a continuum, but the way it is like everybody's concerned about his own tenure. This is my tenure. I don't want to care whatever challenges is on ground. It shouldn't be my problem. I need so amount of money. How do we begin the borrowing? And not considering what the last administration has borrowed, that has brought the nation's economy down to its knees. We're not concerned. We're just concerned about borrowing money. And that's why many people also continue to wonder why the Senate is buying using that huge amount of money to buy SUVs. And just yesterday, don't forget, the president also came out to say about 2.6 billion will be used to
buy him a yacht.
Is it cars or something for the first lady?
For the first lady. And there's a trending story that also says he wants to buy a yacht.
Okay. And remember that the same wife of the president, Oluremi Tinubu, came out to say that immediately they were sworn in, that him and the president and herself do not need Nigeria's money. Yes. Because they are just,
they're comfortable.
They're very, very comfortable. Yes. But right now, this is what we're saying. The president wants to buy a yacht, and he wants to use billions of naira to take care of the first lady's office.
Then this money is not in the Nigerian coffers. They want to borrow.
And we're also talking about the borrowing.
Yes.
Now it's making sense why the Emilio
slogan.
Emilio
be sinking in now.
That's right. Just like I said, it is about It's my time. I am going to do it the way I want to do it, irrespective of Nigerians lamenting, complaining of lack of food, complaining there's no food security in the country. A fuel is on the high. I mean, the list is just endless.
It's endless. And then that story can be found on page 6. Now, ministers says roads will go up 18 trillion in 4 years. Six contingency fund. He's seeking for fund. This can be found on page 9 of The Guardian. And then another story says endless bickering over no work, no pay rules in varsity. That can be found on page 4. And then Tinubu's vows to sack non-performing ministers, seeks approval to borrow $7.86 billion. That's about £100 million.
I just hope somebody's not weeping for Nigeria at this moment, because if you're so passionate about this country, it's just time for you to begin to reflect.
It's really appalling that politicians don't have empathy. They really should have empathy for the citizens, because these loans are already biting hard on the common man. They say when elephants fight, the grass
suffers.
Yeah, the grass suffers. So it is really biting hard on Nigerians, and they should have more empathy. They should be more empathic towards the citizens.
I think these borrowings, we might need to talk about it.
You know, maybe we need to get economic experts, financial experts to really talk about the implication of borrowing to the Nigerian economy. The constant.
They have said that countless times.
But the question is, does the government have a listening ears to act based on the advice being given by these analysts?
Ends on paper.
You know what I'm saying? In this country, we talk so much, and at the end of the day, it becomes pretty difficult for you to implement all that you have said. And
then there's another story that says another governor bows down to conscience, shuns ex-governor's monthly pension. That can be found on page 3 of The Guardian. Then the NLC president arrested and brutalized. You've taken that story before in Imo, and is in the hospital.
The bricklayer.
Yeah, the bricklayer. Bricklayer bags life imprisonment for defiling 13-year-old girl. This case of pedophilia is becoming too much. It's becoming too much. Recently, a doctor was sentenced to prison for defiling a 15-year-old, his own niece. Now, this bricklayer defiled a 13-year-old girl.
It's disturbing. It's disturbing.
It's really disturbing.
Maybe, but it is a bricklayer, because one would wonder, maybe it's a sorry of the idle mind. It's the devil's workshop. But he is a bricklayer.
The man that was in prison was a doctor.
He was a doctor.
Yes.
So, because it's worrisome to me. A 13-year-old girl, like, what was he thinking? Are people still going to churches, mosque?
No, I have a feeling these days that a lot of people are mentally unstable. That is the problem, and it all boils down to the economy, to everything that's happening in the country, and then morals.
So you want to pass your frustration
morals
on minors?
No, morals also, but I'm not in support of this, but I'm saying, I'm trying to cite the reasons why they are being unstable mentally. You have so much immoral things, especially our music. Yeah, a lot of videos, they're not supposed to be on air, and some of those people also are on drugs. So there's so many angles to this problem, but it's not good. It's appalling, and it's unjustified. You shouldn't do that.
Well, I think this will serve him. This serves him right. Yes, life imprisonment. Let him rot in jail.
Yes,
honestly, and I think, and this should be totally condemned by everybody. And I'm also calling on Nigerian men, for those who are in this habit, you need to stop it. You just need to stop it. Because these are the future of the nation and you're destroying them. Because how do you expect this girl now to manage herself till being defiled? I've heard of a case of this sort that it was pretty difficult for the girl to marry because she now became very afraid of the opposite sex.
Absolutely, these things are happening, but let's not forget it's also common with boys. It's just that we don't see them on the news.
That's true. That's true.
It's more popular when
it's a female child. A lot of boys have been abused. Have been molested. Have been abused by aunties. By big sisters.
There was a video that went viral of a male that was molesting a little boy.
Yes.
So it's not only girls that are being molested. We have to look into this.
All right, I think this is where we'll wrap it up on newspaper review. We'll take a short break right now, and when we return, we'll look at what's trending, and then we'll look at our topic of discussion. Join us again.
Have you heard? Momo is turning 12 people who refer the highest number of friends into millionaires in the Momo Refer and Win promo. There is also over 200 million naira up for grabs. How do you win? Dial *671# to open a Momo account if you don't have one. Then select option 6 to refer everyone you know. Yes, I said everyone, because everyone deserves to be a millionaire. Make sure the person you refer opens a Momo account and buys airtime or data of at least 100 naira. The more people you refer, the more cash prizes you win every week, and you increase your chance of becoming a millionaire in the Momo Refer and Win promo. Promo runs from 15th June to 9th August 2023. Momo, better than cash.
No one sees the daunting exercises and training you have to go through to keep fit.
I have to distract myself and recharge.
Welcome back. You're still watching U45 Morning Show. Right about now, let's look at what's trending. So, Patience Willie, what's trending?
That's this trending story about the students of OAU storming the EFCC premises because they arrested 69 students and with an alleged allegation that they are fraudsters. They just stormed the school because they have laptops and because they have phones. I mean, what's your take? No, university.
University.
Yeah, Obafemi Awolowo University.
Oh yes.
It's no longer safe to be a young man in this country with a laptop or with a bag. When you have your dreads on, when you drive a good car, or even if it's your parents' car, EFCC,
The police, they all see you as a criminal. I mean, and this is what we're talking about. So I'm happy that the students are protesting, for their rights. This is becoming too much. A lot of innocent guys have been arrested, and it's unfair. We can see that was what also led to the NSAS protest. It is no longer safe to be a young man in this country.
The police is now the EFCC.
It's not the EFCC.
It's a good one that the students have done, solidarity for their colleague. For them to come out in their numbers, then it means that
indeed they are very certain that those who are arrested are arrested wrongly. And so they need to fight that battle to see it to the end and ensure that EFCC release them. And besides, there's always a timing for which you can detain an individual, because we also need to look at it. How long has the EFCC kept these students in custody? Maybe it's beyond the 24 hours, and that is why the students all turned their office to demand and fight for their rights.
I must commend them for coming out to speak. Nigerians should come out and speak. We have been too docile for a very long time. We should all come, because one for all for all. Absolutely. Because what happens to one person might happen to you tomorrow. So come out and speak up. Yes.
The students are protesting because if they don't do this, I mean, I've been a student before. I tell you guys, the EFCC will stop
school again 5 more times.
And I'm sure they might have been doing it before now, because for them to do this, it means that it's been happening before now. So, well, the appeal will just be that I hope these students are safe. I hope we don't get to hear of another accidental discharge, you know. But thank God for what happened to Vandy, who has been sentenced to death, although we are still looking if he's still going to appeal this case.
Another trending news is from Onitsha. 2 people were burned to death. Jungle justice. I can't
imagine. Still talking about jungle justice at this point in time. But then again, as much as I condemn jungle justice, as much as I do not want to identify with a mob doing this, as lynching a human being like you know, that shows that they have gone to take laws into their hands. But another question is, when you wonder also the attitude of the law enforcement agencies, where people report cases, at the end of the day criminals are arrested and also released. So this is the situation you get.
I mean, you know what I'm really concerned about this?
It's because a lot of Nigerians are saying it is common to the Easterners. I don't know if you remember the issue of those Port Harcourt boys.
Yes, that's true.
You understand?
The Port Harcourt 5.
Alu
incident.
You know.
Are they 4 or 5?
They are 4. They are Alu 4. You know, so that they are saying it is common that yes, that they are prompt, they are quick to want to unleash.
They are very aggressive.
Yes,
very aggressive, and I think their leaders need to begin to reorientate them in this aspect, so that they take it easy. They know they do not take laws into their hands, so that we don't witness what we witnessed during former President Olusegun Obasanjo, where he ensured that he brought that community to the ground.
I'm sure my producer don't want to play that video
because it's very gruesome.
It's a gory sight to behold. We don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. It was a daylight burning. It's so unfortunate, and I think arrests should be made immediately.
True.
And on to a very good news. We want to say congratulations to the Anikulapo Kuti family. Made and Nedo tied the nocturnal north yesterday. They got married, and it was just a grand event. I wish you guys were there, man. Yeah, the pomp and pageantry was like off the hook. Well, we had a lot of celebrities there.
But what do you expect? I'm not surprised. You know who they are. These are people that are they're connected. Their father made the name for them, and they too, they have continued to make a name for themselves. So it's only a natural that stars will identify with them. I want to pray that the union lasts, and God also blesses their union, because that's the most important thing. Really, it's not about all the money has been spent and all of that. It's about the understanding of both parties to begin to live together as man and wife.
Yeah, I would like to say congratulations to the Anikulapo family, and we hope that God bless the union.
Then they have a fabulous time together as man and wife.
Then another trending story is about president. He wants to get a yacht.
Okay, yeah.
And then Red Okri says, if Tinubu wants to buy a yacht, that means he has misplaced his priorities. Now, Red was in support of Tinubu before he came in. Now he's speaking against him. I mean, what's your take on that?
Well, number one, for Okri, you should know that it must be that he's expecting some level of identification from the president or from this government, and he's been unable to get that, so it's only natural he will come against them. But however, we should not be surprised, because when the president came in, a lot of the Nigerians have reacted that the convoy, the long convoy, all the people always with the president is too expensive. You feel all of these cars and everything, and we know him that he is a kind of individual that he loves life, and if you also look at it, he's also worked for it in his personal life. That is how he's living, but he has to understand that this is public.
He should use his personal money to get this.
Oh yes,
he's also going for.
I support you, Patience, but remember that I'm not Mr. President.
I know. There's something coming up with your story.
Yes.
The presidency is saying that it is not for Mr. President. That
it is for the nation.
The Navy.
The Navy. Okay, yes, that's true.
They are saying it's for
I read that yesterday.
No, a yacht is a luxury.
Exactly, my
It's a luxury.
We know it is not true.
It's not true. Are they going on a cruise? The Navy, when they're on the waterfront, they're there to work. They're there for war. They're there to checkmate things. And you don't use a fancy ship or fancy boat to do this job. You need to use a warship or
the presidential plane.
Yes.
Is run by the Air Force, but used by who?
The president.
So this is just gaslighting, in my opinion. I'm just trying to play smart one.
Well, this is all we will take on what's trending. You can also go through the internet. I mean, many people are now using Android phone. Just go there and you will see what's trending more. This is much that we can take on what's trending this morning. We will take a short break now for us to look at our topic of discussion, of course, on government demolition of houses in Nigeria. And also, there was a demolition in Idiaraba area of Lagos State just yesterday. We want to know who is responsible, or who are those responsible for carrying out this action. Join us again after this short break. Of course, our guest is standing by.
Who am I? I am progressive, inspired by cutting-edge technology. I am a game changer, foiled by challenges and the need to provide exceptional customer service. With me, payments can be done instrumentally. I offer best prices. I deliver very fast and I am always on time. I offer after-sales services. I am efficient and reliable. With me, you're guaranteed peace of mind. I am Pointech, and I am proud to be part of this amazing family. Now you can rest assured you can get all your mobile phones, electronics, gadgets, everything at affordable prices. So what are you waiting for? Join the Pointech side of life. Pointech, phones and more.
Hello, Dami. Calm down now. Wait, I know that I'm owing you money, but you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to send someone to you to come and collect rice, noodles, gari, elubo.
What up, guys? How's your day going? How are you doing this? I want to believe that you're having fun, right? This bright and sunny day. You know that once you see this duo, on your TV screen, we're here to serve you some entertainment.
And of course, entertaining gist coupled with good music won't hurt anybody, right? So here on Super Lunch, we get to entertain you, educate you on recent happenings in the world of entertainment. I am your girl, Eva Grace.
And I am Shegun Denola Adeyemi, the Duke of your airwaves. You know how it is. We serve you good entertainment Mondays all through to Fridays. And that's how we do. We'll take you on a smooth ride of entertainment. So don't go nowhere. Join us every Mondays to Fridays. We love you guys.
Welcome to Naija Plus. Make you not touch that there, make your finger for no. Wetin be your plan for your country, and wetin you sef want make your country do for you. You need to give something before you take something. Now the only way matter fit balance. Not be say fowl no plan to fly you, but the power no carry am. As matter dey shele for inside Naija, make you sef chook your mouth, make we build our country. Not be every time we go talk things bad. Come out for that corner before mosquito bite your tortoise. Oya, e get as e happen for your area and you want make plenty eye see and make you hear and make you for reach authority. You get video of the scene? Send am sharp sharp. Before I forget, now top super screen with there and my name now Mr. Peace. That MC with a biggie swag. Naija na for everybody. Make you not touch that there, make your finger for no.
There's no place for pretense. I can't watch you stand there. Oh no.
Ó ta lẹ́nu, ó pọ̀ lẹ́nu, ó dùn lẹ́nu. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ta lẹ́nu, ó pọ̀ lẹ́nu, ó dùn lẹ́nu. Yusuf Mọ́rúnsọ́lá ni orúkọ ti tèmi Funky ọmọ ẹ̀lẹ̀ tó gbásìkì tó dùn tó kí tó yí gbogbo. Ẹ pàdé mi ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Thursday 8:30 to 9:30 àti gbogbo ọjọ́ Saturday 1 to 2 fún ètò tó ga jù. Ẹ má miss ẹ̀, ó ga jù lẹ́tò. Ẹ pàdé mi, ó ṣàprápra.
Lẹ́nu ó pọ̀ lẹ́nu ó dùn lẹ́nu. Come on, I cannot do.
Family ties, a thorn in the flesh.
We need to remove him, otherwise we are going to be in trouble. You must kill him today, not tomorrow. Today!
There's a handsome prize on your head. And if you can top it, you walk free.
She's even awake. She's awake?
Will you stop that? And don't you dare repeat that again.
What is she doing?
I don't know.
My son is nowhere to be found and you asked me to relax. I can't.
So we're not going to eat?
You have to eat. Look at you. So you actually want to eat that food?
The way this food is smelling, I think it's really going to be delicious.
Yes, still you 45 morning show, and this time around we are looking at government demolition of houses in Nigeria, and of course focusing on Lagos State. We have seen a lot of times where government just begin to demolish houses, and at the end of the day no compensation is being made or given to the occupants or the landlords, and people are just left on their own, left to their fate. And if we truly say that we're practicing democracy, I think government should show empathy to these people, even if they have mistakenly built houses where they're not supposed to or build it. But you need to show concern, you need to show empathy as a government for the people. So we are now being joined we have now been joined by a comrade, of course, Comrade Akintunde Adedeji. Comrade Akintunde Adedeji is the Coordinator General of Access to Advocacy and Rights of the People, and that is ACAP. Welcome to U45 Morning Show. All right, beautiful. Comrade Akintunde, let me ask you, I really want to get your views. What thoughts do you share about demolition of houses by government without due compensation to the landlords and even the occupants?
First and foremost, governance is about service to the people. And when we are looking at governance, we look at governance from different prisms and perspectives. Some are pro, while some are against. Now, when we are talking of government demolition of houses, now we are narrowing that to Lagos State. Government must have made their findings and facts before they embark on such exercise, because a responsible and responsive government will not just go out and begin demolition of their citizen houses without getting the facts right. So in this instance, before government can do such a thing, they must have confirm the contravention of Lagos building laws and regulations before they do such.
All right.
So that's just it.
Okay, now I want to bring to your notice that some houses of recent, the Lagos State government has been demolishing houses, and just yesterday we said it on the program that some houses were being demolished at Idiaraba, precisely that of number 6 of Fagbin Row street in Idiaraba. And now these people said they just woke up in the morning and they saw these officials with government vehicles, and they just gave them an order for all of them to vacate the house, and they began to demolish the house. They removed the roof, and they also sold the zinc immediately. So for us to have a good knowledge of what happened, let's quickly take a listen to this.
Assalamu alaikum. Wallahi muna cikin tashi hankali da safin gada asuban ga muna dakina ma ban ma tashi ba, suka zo suka fara bude kwanoni a cikin aka saman gida. Wallahi muna kuka muka ga yaran mu ba mu san wurin da zamu je ba, wallahi ba mu san wurin da zamu je ba, ga kayan mu a waje, abin ma yayi muna yawa, garin ma da safi ba kudi, muna wahala ne muna shi da yara, abin yayi muna yawa, wallahi abin yayi muna yawa yanzu ma a waje muke, abin yayi muna yawa, ku zo ku taimake mu, kuma kun san da gari yake tafiya, ba kudi wahala muke yi ga yara.
My name is Zainab Ibrahim. I am one of the tenants of this house. We woke up early this morning and we made them removing our roofs. We asked them from where they started, as in attracting us that they are from Lagos State government, and we did not know anything about it. No quit notice, nothing. So we don't know how everything goes.
So how are you going to do now, and what's your appeal to the Lagos State government for those who came to do this?
And they should just know the way to help us out for everything.
So we are here this morning where we are living. We saw a group of task force. They came and asked us to pack all our load. So we are asking what is happening. Before you know, they started removing a zinc. Even I myself, I'm starting one shop there. I continue carrying all our properties is outside now. We asked them, say, what is going on? They say that we should pack everything away. They give us now from now till 7 days. If they come again, they will deal with everybody. So we don't know what to do. So we pack our load. So we don't know what to do. We are stranded. We are outside. All our property now is outside.
Okay, are you sure that it's not that this house has been sold either by your landlords?
No information was given to us. If the house was sold, no information have given to us. If they give information, we have no say. They don't say the house, but no information have been given to us. They just come by force and continue to remove the zinc.
All right. The issue is this: Lagos State Governor is a man of people. Okay, we voted him in, and the second tenure here, he was. They are busy campaigning in the area. We still voted him in. So at least we should serve as what do you call? Brothers and whatsoever they needed a household should do, they should give them information before time or whatsoever, not in a situation whereby they will just come with their vehicles and start demolishing houses or started removing zincs of the houses. It doesn't make any sense without any information. People are suffering. If you look at the situation of the country, people is from hand to mouth. Are you getting me? People are trying to put things in place, like people are trying to make a living. Are you getting me? There are people that they've not been eating 3 square meals. Are you getting me? Anybody that can be able to eat 3 times in a day is a victim of chance in this country. Everybody knows that things are becoming tougher and tougher. It's not. There are people that even they're getting very hard to pay their house rent.
Right about now, it will be appropriate for us to hear from the landlord of this very house, because it is important for us to establish if it is not a situation where the landlord of this house has sold it and then these people think that they came from the Lagos State government. All of this we need to know. I'll be speaking to one of the, I think, a landlord or the son of the landlord of the house. Good morning, sir.
Morning, ma'am.
Please, can you tell me your name and also tell me the relationship you have with this house?
I'm Mr. Olusegun Oweye, the son of somebody who built this house. That they came in this morning. I was called. I live at Bariga. I was called that they are removing the sink. Then I have to rush down from Bariga to Idiaraba. Before I get to that place, they removed the sink and they sold the sink by themselves, and I'm very sure no of the son of the owner of this house sell this house or stole this house. I'm the second son of Oweye, Lasg Oweye, and they just come from nowhere. They said they are from Alausa, and we don't know them. They drove all the people that are living there outside, and they sold everything. They removed the sink. They are selling it without our knowledge. And I'm telling you, with my authority, that no one of us, the children of the people that own this house, we don't have we don't have skeleton in common, and we didn't sell the house. Please, my governor, Sanwo-Olu, I want you to help us. I want you to help us. Don't let them cheat us. We've been cheated. We've been cheated, though. I want you to take a full step that this house will never go like that. And I know the people who came, they are illegal staff. They are not from Alausa. Alausa can never come to their house, remove the sink without the ceiling, sold the sink by themselves. Please, my governor, I know you are actual governor. I want you to be interested about this our house. Number 8, Fagbero. Number 6, Fagbero Street. Owned by Lasg Oweye.
All right, so I quite sympathize with your situation because you spoke with so much emotions. But how are you certain that these people are not from the Lagos State government? Can you justify the reason for which you think they didn't come from the Lagos State government?
Why I said that they didn't come from Lagos State, in any state that they want to seal, they first of all seal that house. Not they just bounce on the building, they remove the sink, they sold the sink. If you are authentic, the Lagos State staff, they can't just come from nowhere to remove the sink and they sold it by themselves. Why? That is the reason why I have that thought that they are not They are not of Lagos State staff. They are illegal staff.
Illegal duty. Okay, let me ask you, because of course there are information. Of course, there are information reaching us that many houses are being demolished in Lagos State. But how true this is, we are seeing your situation right now. I want to ask, do you have the papers of this very house? Do you have the document?
I'm very sure we have the document. And the document is with our sister. And I'm very sure the document is authentic. That is what I've said. We have the document of this house. This house is not just like that. It's not on list. My own father bought the land, and he's a very educated somebody. He can never bought a land, and he will never have that document. I'm very sure we have document of this house.
All right, thank you very much, sir. I sympathize with you, sir.
Now, comrade, you have seen that man, he spoke with so much emotions, and he's also saying that they are not from the Lagos State government. Let me first get your reaction about this.
My understanding about, house demolition, by government, agencies, is that it must, conform with, due process. First and foremost, the government, must ascertain if those houses to be demolished are contravened or violated building laws and regulations. Afterwards, they need to notify the owners of those structures that you have contravened so laws. Then after the expiration of those notices, now the government will still give them additional notice for them. We are coming for demolition exercise of action. It is then now that government will now commence or embark on such demolition. Now, come to think of it, the question that comes to mind, that really comes to mind now is that, are they confirmed if those officers that comes for the demolition are actually from Lagos State government?
Okay, well, I tried to reach out to the Commissioner for Environment, and what I was told, the PA spoke with me, said the Commissioner for Environment is very busy and cannot attend to the matter at the moment. But what he said is that the buildings that are being demolished at the moment by the Ministry of Environment are buildings that are on drainage channel or are built along drainage channel. And now I also went further to call the Commissioner for Information to find out if this is actually coming from the Lagos State government. And what he told me is he's unaware of such a demolition exercise, and he said I should send him details of that building, and so that he can be able to confirm. But I've tried to call him thereafter. He's yet to get back to me. But we will keep following up on the story so that we need to unravel those who have come to perpetrate this act. And okay, let me first get your reaction, because I will also let you see that this is not the only house that was demolished. In fact, another house, they make the pointed accusing fingers at certain individuals around the neighborhood.
Well, and if the government demolish houses that are not have not run foul of the building laws, I think government will be held accountable, because if you have all the requisite papers of your building and government carries such actions, you are free to go to law court of competent jurisdiction to get justice and redress for whatever atrocities or injustice meted on such victims. I think that is how this is done in a very democratic settings.
Because right now this house is not built along drainage channel, neither is it built on a drainage channel. So at this point in time, what major advice would you give to them now on how to tackle this issue?
Over the years, we have seen instances where impersonators, let me use the word, who under the guise masquerading as government officials, doing the buildings, of, whatever, some, paymasters, carry out such legal act. Now, it is now left, for the victims, as I said earlier on, that, to make their own findings. If truly those officials that came from the demolition are from, the Lagos state government, they cannot take it further. Simply because government now has, laws that regulate, buildings and structures in Lagos state. And the moment, you run foul of those laws, you have to pay the price. So that is just it. They advised, because buildings, houses that are built on drains and waterways, I think, it has, a lot of, disadvantages to, the residents. And the government, statutory and, responsibility, to the citizen is, for the protections of lives and properties. So that is why government, as a responsible government, will not just, subject, the citizen, untoward, hardship.
Okay,
patience.
Like we heard from them, they said the zinc was sold, and that there's been cases of land grabbers that illegally work hand in hand with government officials to grab people's lands and then take their property. Is there a way to address this illegal demolition? And is there a way to address this?
That has to do with land grabbers. The task force, I can't remember, whereby if you are having issues that has to do with either encroachment or forceful takeover of lands, you approach the agency and your matter will be adequately addressed.
Now, what is the role of civil society advocating and supporting this affected people whose houses have been demolished?
Okay, before he answers that question, I want us to quickly take a listen to another house that was also demolished in that particular area, a Jaraba.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam.
Okay, can you tell us what happened this morning?
This morning, these people have vandalized house. The seller of the property, they call them Adamaki family. They say Tunumbu family. They just came here this morning. They say this land don't have paper, don't have anything. Then they vandalize everything. They remove all the slates, without any notice. Without any court order. After they are telling us that someone of our people come and sold it for them. Who sold it? Bring the paper. They don't bring it. When the crowd is going on, they move away. It's not only this place. They go to almost 5 houses in this Ijaraba. I don't know who give them the information. In this Ijaraba, go to this house. The people who are giving them the information, they are this Ijaraba.
Okay, now are you did you inherited this house?
Yes, I inherited it from my daddy. This is the daddy. I understand. This is the senior one. The junior one is at Ajegule Street. We have four property here. One is here, one at Ajegule. 2 is there. I understand. But this one is the senior one. We bury there.
Okay, do you reside here, and at what point in time did you get the notice? Do you realize that your house?
We got the notice this morning. Something after 8. They said they came here to come and demolish my house without any information.
So which means you don't live here, sir?
I'm not living here.
So rush here.
This my brother said he's not living here.
I'm also not living here. As I just came here this morning, I just see them that they are just gathering.
Okay, as a tenant, tell us, narrate your deal for us.
Thank you very much. The thing what happened here, this morning, I just hear Baba, come out. It don't happen.
Latif.
I said, it don't happen. I said, make I come outside. I just come outside. I see plenty of police. I said, what happened? He said, make we come out, make we depart our road, come out. I said, what happened? I said, they want demolish the house. Immediately I talk there to them. I beg them, I talk anything, I say anything. My own says, where are they? I talk to them. They don't hear me. They say, Baba, go and pack your load. Go and pack your load. I say, where you want me to go and pack my load to? Because I don't hear anything. If they want to do that kind of thing, they must give us notice. They don't give us anything. So as I do.
How old are you, sir?
I'm 32 years.
So how long have you been living here, sir?
20 years.
This is our youth leader.
Sorry about the situation. You are youth leader. You are youth leader in this area.
I'm a vice chairman of the CD of this zone 2, and this early morning we just see this land kidnapper. I just come and break all the house in our zone 2 at Idiaraba. And then now see everybody out, all the old man, old woman, all the children now, they can't go to school, break all the house and damage some things. So all these things, we don't know where this thing just comes. They say Adamakin with one of our leader in the Diaraba. So all these things, please, we need government help. We need government help at Idiaraba.
As a leader in this area, what do you hope to contain the situation?
No, we are called for government to help us because like this morning, early in the morning, they just come with a bunch of police. Mobile police, without notice, nothing. And they not sell the house. About 10 houses early in the morning today.
Okay, you are a leader, yes, in the local council development area.
Yes.
Has this been taken or brought to the notice of the chairman of LCDA?
The LCDA chairman is not around this morning. I'm already called him, and I told him I explain everything to him. And we are planning now. Maybe all the landlord will come up and go to the area command to go and report ourselves there. Because if anything like this come out now, if you want to Fagbenro, like 3 houses there, and we already tell them to build the house back. Because why they will just come out and damage some people property anyhow without notice.
Right,
so please, we are
sir, you were saying that some people are accusing fingers are being pointed at
this place.
Okay, tell us
the people are appointed. I say this man is one of the leaders of this area. That's Latif, Obe, Akikpelu. They say he's among. Give them the information of damages of this place, of this all the property they come to.
So what do you hope to do now?
The hope we need government supporting about this Adamakin family. All this they have already sold it finished. They will just come early in the morning. They say this house will for wait.
This is my father here.
They say this house wait.
Many calls here before he died. And Babatunde Aluko. They are calling for war now because this man, before he died, he make many calls that anybody that sold his property, he will die like fowl. I don't know how to say it. Like fowl, like animal in the bush. They are calling for war. They are calling for war. We be planning to repair this place. Mo lóni wa náà wà ń bẹ̀. Má ṣàǹfààní yẹn.
Wọ́n ní bàbá olùwà náà wà nínú wọn.
I'm not in happy mood. I was called. By seeing all what is happening at the moment, it's a bad situation. We are keeping peace in Idiaraba units. Why are we worrying ourselves? Why are we destroying the universe? So now, my junior ones call on me that they have removed the roof of the house. Why is this so?
So what's your message to government and security agencies?
We need peace. 1, 2. We don't expect this. We need the security for the house and the people of Idiaraba. Because we don't know who is Adamakin or neither any agency to be removing somebody's apartment. Are you getting me? So the nation will know what is happening worldwide. For the moment, people are crying of feedings, living of house. Are you getting me? If they should be executing somebody early in the morning, what is it? And we want the government, they should be alert before now.
They should have alerted you before
the
now.
People
in the house, whether somebody has sold the house on behalf of the family.
Which is not the case.
Even if it can turn to case, we are ready to face the consequences. Because if the fathers of the house, we have the documents. We inherited it from our father. Then the house is not sold by any of us.
The money, both small children.
New month.
New month for that matter.
So many names. They said they are land grabbers. Some of the names we mentioned there, they mentioned one Latif, Obe, Akikpelu, Adamasi, you know, as people responsible for illegal demolition of houses in that area. How would you react to this, and how do we begin to deal with land grabbers who hide under the government to perpetrate their acts?
Going by, you know, the footage, you know, that I've just shown and the comments of the owners of the houses, it's crystal clear they were not given notices before, you know, the demolition, you know, was carried out. And the menace of land grabbings in Lagos, just as I've said earlier on, there is an agency in Lagos State, you know, that's task force on land grabbing in Lagos. I will implore the Lagos State, you know, government, you know, to, as a matter of urgency, to be too much, you know, proactive on this, you know, aspect, and make sure offenders and perpetrators of all these illegal acts, you know, are brought, you know, to justice. My advice for, you know, the victims, you know, and the owners of those, you know, land is that they should arm themselves with, you know, the relevant documents, you know, of those houses, you know, demolished, and approach, you know, Lagos State government. They can as well, you know, go to the Ministry of Justice in Lagos State to seek, you know, redress and justice for their houses, you know, demolished, you know, illegally.
Okay.
Let me also state that right about now, your question, you have a question before now.
What are the human rights implications of this demolition, and what are civil rights organizations doing?
Like yours
doing to support people whose houses
or to fight for their
rights?
That's a good question. You know, anytime, you know, such, you know, matters are brought before us, beyond, you know, advocacy, we deploy paralegal, you know, services.
You deploy what?
Paralegal services.
Right.
To make sure justice, you know, are dispensed, you know, accordingly to victims, you know, of, you know, illegal demolition. That is what we do.
Okay,
that's a good one. So we would expect that these people can actually meet with your kind of civil organization in such a way that justice will be served in this case.
There's one other question I'd like to ask. Now you have this paralegal system you have. Are you working hand in hand with the CDAs of areas where demolition has taken place?
No.
How do you go about
it? We are purely, you know, NGOs.
Yes.
Non-government organizations, you know. Okay. And that is why, and I said that we engage, you know, the government. You know, we take up the government, you know, if they do what is not right, because, you know, we are not on their payrolls. We are strictly and basically, you know, for the citizenry, exactly.
Okay, so, for the citizens. Now, based on what you have
seen now, how do you hope to take this up, or what do you hope to do?
We have not been briefed. But if it comes, you know, to our attention, definitely, you know,
okay,
maybe you're talking officially now, because we have briefed you. You have seen for yourself, like the saying is believing. Yes. You've seen for yourself, you've heard for yourself. What can you do, or how can you help in this situation?
If they get across to us, definitely, you know, will be of great assistance to them.
All right, beautiful. Let me also quickly take, let's also take a listen because they also said some of their belongings were stolen because many of these occupants had gone to they've gone to markets before they realized that they are demolishing their houses. I think we should quickly listen to that, and after which we'll be right back.
Those small children, new month for that matter, they pursue us outside. Pack everything outside. Look at everywhere, scatter everywhere.
But when they were packing everything, what were you doing? When they were packing everything, what were you doing?
Around. I went to work. They call me. I'm not around. They come with forces. We are not around. Everybody went out. They just come and begin to remove the roof.
Many people don't go work. Many people don't go market. Exactly like this. My sister now like this now. She don't go market. Why? Before I come back, they don't break in door. They scatter everywhere. Come everything. Where will go that thing? All the children, who will give us? Where are you going? And then from next year, they'll go Fagbero too. Fagbero, my brother house there too. They parking load. Don't go market.
Some property for inside room here.
It's unfair.
Some property go.
It's unfair.
Come on, the light wire. They come on everything. They carry and go.
Omi lè kọ́ sọ fún wa àgbà káwa pé kò jáde agbẹ̀rù jáde ojú owó wa sódà arú eléyìí báyìí wọ́n ṣe báyìí fún wa sódà bẹ́ẹ̀.
They thief they collect property wrong go. They thief collect properties go. It is where they carry things go.
Okay. Yeah, what I want to say is this.
I know that fan.
If what they did is genuine, there would have been a written paper, a notice. There was nothing like written paper, no notice. They came, they authorized everybody to move out, and they started removing the zinc. I was even asking, where's the paper? Where's the written paper? Where's the order? They say, I want to claim rights, Abi, that they should go ahead and remove it. Then I will come and claim my rights. Now, they don't make everybody stranded. You can see all the properties outside now. Is it good? So we are calling on the Lagos State government. We are calling on the federal government as well. Lagos State Governor, CP, Commissioner of Lagos State Police, to intervene on this.
Behind that's what I'm saying. They need to notify if there's anything. Then we need to know, because it's not only this. Like we are all also having houses. Are you getting me? We need to know so that we justify, we adjust. Are you getting me? If there's anything the government wants from the masses, let him tell the masses ahead of time so that they'll do it. Are you getting me now? So that's my call for the government.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much.
I'm the last one of the owner of this house.
Okay, so how do you feel about the situation and what's the appeal to government?
I'm just appealing to government to just help us intervene in this problem we have now. To just help us collect our property back.
Okay, was there any notice served?
I didn't think so. There is no any notice.
Yes, because the tenant said no notice was served.
Yes.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much. It's nice speaking with you. Thank you.
Yes, comrade, you have heard them. They also accused these people that came of stealing from them, stole their bulb, stole their money, and
sold the zinc.
Sold the zinc, exactly.
I'm putting brief for the government. I don't think government operate in such manner.
Just like the people have said.
Exactly. You official, demolition exercise, is the security agencies know that they will saddle with the responsibility to carry out such actions. No, we'll just go there and do what they are instructed to do. Then I'll take their leave.
Okay.
So that means the land grabbers are working hand in hand with corrupt officials
of security agencies.
It's crystal clear. I said it's crystal clear. Let me tell you, this is a country whereby anything goes. Whereby if a big gun somewhere can just police wait around and contract government security agency.
Okay, how do we put an end to this? Where certain individuals just come up, they find their way through security agencies, and they deploy security vehicles to perpetrate illegal acts. How do we stop this? What would be your advice to government on how to nip this in the bud?
There's bound to be lapses, in any system. And in a settings, there are always bad eggs who would do contrary what, is the norm. So in such a situation, it is now left for the government, to fish out, those errant, officers and deal with them, appropriately. Government must be, on their toes to save themselves, from bad reputation and image, of, officers who are, representing them, in a negative way. So that's just it.
Okay, thank you, Comrade Adediji. Let me also state here that we went further. Look at the properties of these people. I don't just know how they will be able to get over this very challenge facing them. Meanwhile, I and the crew, we went further to the Seriki of Idiaraba. We needed to know if he's aware of this kind of destruction happening in his community. And I would want us to quickly take a listen to that interview with the Seriki of Seriki Hausawa of Idiaraba. So let's quickly take a listen to that. I asked him different questions and let's take a listen. Good afternoon, Seriki.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. There's a matter at hand, and which is some houses are being demolished in this area, and we have gone round to see them. We have spoken to the residents, especially the house located at number 6 Fagbe Road in Idiaraba. Here, they said they woke up this morning to see these officials just came in and started removing. They removed all of their roofs, removed the sink, and they also sold the sink to people. And they said there are some group of Hausa boys that they gave permission, authority to go in and started demolishing the building. And they even carted away their possessions, like some of their belongings, basically, even to the level of padlock. So we want to know, has this matter been brought to you? If not, we are bringing it to you. What would be your reaction to this, sir?
I don't know anything about this matter. Not just as you come told me to know. This is what I don't think Lagos State government will do like that without give a notice to say make that leave the place. I don't know, not just I know. I pour your mouth here. So I don't know anything about it. And I know if government want to do something, they will write letter for you to inform you. So date to give out notice, say we'll come demolish this place. So immediately the people, according to what you say, now they done starting breaking some place, to taking the zinc, to taking to everything. So and the people, not just now I hear. The government is supposed to give on the notice. I don't think Lagos State don't know what to do like that. I want it to, if this one happen, I want it to Lagos State to follow this matter, to call all that. If local government want to do anything, then will write it for me, to send it for me. If Lagos State they want to do something for this area, they will write it. This one is a very, 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 very bad for causing peace. Idiaraba will they manage to maintain peace, because I'm very happy as now our name inside 100 peace in Idiaraba will get like a 75%.
Okay. So okay, Seriki, I know that Idiaraba is an area before now that is prone to violence. Of course, there is always ethnic clash. And right now, some people have said that some of the people that these people use are houses in this neighborhood. And I'm afraid that this is likely to also turn out to a tribal war. How do you hope to guard against this?
So that's what that's the reason I told you, say bylaws in Idiaraba before is I will say 98%. But since I give us this work through my governor, that His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Bonatumur, the president for this country today. So he told us we must want peace for the area, including with their own power. We join with the government to do work. We join with the police to do work. So since that time, the balance, it don't come down. This Idiaraba now is land of peace. So I wanted to, what these people come do that. I'm sure they want it to cause the violence to come back like before. I want Lagos State to look at this matter, to investigate it very well. Call that people. Why they can't demolish that place without notice?
Okay, what will you do as the Seriki? Because if these so-called say they are hooligans in the area, how do you hope to also fish them out? Because for you to be able to get to the roots of the matter, it means that you need to also dialogue with members of the community so that they will be able to give you the true picture of this individual.
As a leader and from government, we are working together. The violence, people wonder will make it. So inshallah, we'll investigate it like we do before. Now we don't wake up again because it don't start. The people want to cause violence to spoil our name, Hausa. So inshallah, I can't tell you anything about that one to give you answer until you give me offer to see what we'll do to investigate any crazy person who want to cause that one. So we'll catch him, to connect him with the police, to pursue him for this our area. And the government will do anything because this is democratic science time. Whatever you will do, you have to be careful to take it by law and order. So inshallah, we'll investigate it to see how we are going to.
All right, so I'm also wondering, do you see this as a form of disrespect for some individuals in your own community? I mean, they say a land where there's no leader or there's no rules, and then there's no reason for people to actually commit offenses. But there's a leader in the space, and certain group of people came and started causing chaos, because this can be seen as chaos.
Thank you very much, my journalists. We are very happy. I tell you, this is democracy time, number one. Number two, we are maintaining peace. We're not going to take, this one is insulting and slapping and disgracing. The people that come do that will investigate it. We will go carry them to court to follow our right. That reason, I'm very happy as Ideraba people now, as we teach them violence, don't fight, don't do anything, don't take law and order. So I will appreciate it, all our boys in Ideraba here and the people for Ideraba. If it's not like before, nobody can do that for Ideraba here. But as we take it from the federal government, the local state government, that Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu at that time, his governor, he told me, say, you must maintain peace for the area. We are together, Sarki. Just you leave people to fight, so we'll know what we'll do. So that we'll follow to investigate it. Who sent that people to can do that was without notice, without anything. Just get us some and you will see. After we finish everything, we'll call you back to give you answer for this question you asked me. Thank you.
Finally, sir, I'm just being passionate about the plight of these people. Many of them don't have houses now to stay. If you look at it, well, I hope that when this report is ready, I'll send it to you. You see how their loads are being thrown out and everything. What can you do to assist them in this situation? Because we really don't know where they're going to put their heads.
Let me repeat it for you. That time with the sleep, that we see the violence go, and we see there about it don't be clear. Okay, so now we don't wake up. The people want to no get house here to come do that. Oh, no, we will not go say people for matter of the your season for the country have right to stay to anywhere. We can't even government they not go pursue somebody until you do what they want to pursue to another place. Even if you are a foreigner, you come to the country, government they not go pursue you out until they carry you to the embassy. You are ambassador. So what we will do now? We don't wake up. We will follow to investigate it. All the people want to no get house here. Then where will they sleep? So this one I not go give you offer.
Quite interesting. Well, that is the exclusive interview I had with the Seriki Hausawa of Idiaraba. His name is Alhaji Hassan Abubakar Auyo. You have heard, comrade, back to you now. If it eventually turns out that this demolition is being carried out by land grabbers. Of course, as alleged by some of those we interviewed. What kind of, how do you think the government should deal with the situation in terms of compensation and punishments to serve as deterrents to others?
Before government can compensate, the victims of those illegal demolition, the matter, must first be before the government, to know what they can do about it. After the people might have agreed collectively that they are going to fight this matter to the latter. Because it's one thing for you to be unjustly persecuted. It's another thing for you to seek redress. We are in a country whereby we are such a person that we are so docile. We are always comfortable with whatever situation that presents itself to us. And what they say, in the local parlance, that God did. That we leave everything to God.
We always recall to
exactly, faith, that it's a natural thing and what have you. But we're in a situation whereby people are now becoming conscious, of their rights, to fight, for their rights, and make sure that justice, are served and dispensed, accordingly. The government, are in the position, to make sure their citizens, are well protected and comfortable. And that is why, if the matter, is brought before them, they should ensure that after making sure, those perpetrators of those illegal demolition are brought to justice, then the victim should be be compensated accordingly.
Now, talking about all kind of compensation, compensation in
what direction? And you didn't even talk about the kind of punishment. How should those people be dealt with?
It now depends on the government. Compensation varies. It comes in different forms. Government can assist them in exactly rebuild the zincs that were carted away, give them money, or it comes in different forms. It depends on how the government deems how to are going to assist the victims.
Now, talking about redress,
what process will you advise the affected people whose houses have been demolished? What process will you advise them to take to seek redress?
Legal.
They can approach the land grabbers, the task force in Lagos, or as I said, we as an NGO, we advocate, and deploy, a mechanism we call paralegal services to make sure victims of, unjust, persecution and oppression are compensated, and get redress. So there are mechanisms,
So particularly the mechanism I want you to emphasize on, because there must be a due process
they have to go through to seek redress. And you have to let them know, because some of them don't know this process. You have to educate them.
The act that was perpetrated, is criminal in nature. And if the perpetrators, are feed out, definitely we have to get the law enforcement agents, involved, which is the Nigerian police, who would investigate. And after investigation, then the next thing, for the people now to, the matter will be charged to court, aside what the government can do for them. That is after they have investigated that, those, people that came for that, demolition are not, government, agents. So that's the procedure.
Okay.
Quickly, because of time, it's gradually becoming a norm, of course, in Lagos State, where the Lagos State government says, yes, these people have built houses close to the waterside lagoon, and they say they want to demolish. I'm talking now, let me use, for example, Shoki. I was in Shoki, where they said houses that are 100 kilometers 100 kilometers to the waterfront. But eventually, the task force went there and they demolished houses beyond the 100 meters, and the people are just left there. I quickly want us to take a listen. After which, I want to get your reaction. Why has it become a norm for the Lagos State government to continue to demolish these houses without any form of compensation? Because I'm aware in other climes that before the government can begin demolition, there will be provision to take care of the citizens. I would like to get a reaction, but quickly, let's take a listen to that point. Let's just hear a bit of what the people said, and we'll be right back. This is the remains of the recent demolition of buildings in Oron-Shoki, Lagos State, a development that has left residents homeless, forcing many to seek shelter in churches and uncompleted buildings. Worthy of note is that Oron-Shoki is a suburb in Lagos State, Nigeria, a community under the Kushofe local government area of the state. Geographically, Oron-Shoki is pivotal to Lagos State as it connects the mainland and island areas of Lagos State via the Third Mainland Bridge. Interestingly, this area hosts a terminus of the Apapa-Oron-Shoki Expressway. A trip to the area by Superscreen crew shows that on July 26, 2023, precisely, the Lagos State government embarked on a demolition exercise which residents claim it was done without prior notice.
A lot of tears, sorrows, and many things that we are not expecting that should happen at this moment when people are passing through a lot of things. The cashless policy, the fuel subsidy removal, and some other things. If you get to that place and within the environment, you see a lot of, we have to accommodate a lot of people everywhere. So it's a big strategy. I mean, it's not a conducive at this moment.